Hey guys, this is Alan with the Grilling Network. Welcome. Today I've got something special lined up for you guys, and that's we're going to dry age this Wagyu New York strip loin that I procured from Broadleaf. My friend Chef Jacob Burton at Stella Culinary has a YouTube channel, and he will be discussing how and why to dry age your steaks, and I'll point a link to his website and YouTube channel below. So let's go ahead and unpack this guy and get to the dry aging process. Okay, let's go ahead and take a sharp knife. I'm using a bony knife. We'll break the cryovac. I have several videos on YouTube already that how to dry age. I typically will use the dry bag steak UMAi bags, and they work out spectacular. And so we're going to go ahead and do that for this dry aging process as well. Chef Jacob Burton is going to be using his own method and be discussing that on his video, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, as with most things, there's more than one way to skin a cat. This looks phenomenal. So we're going to go ahead and pat this dry, and we'll get to the next step. Okay, I finished patting my Wagyu New York strip loin dry with paper towels. Just so you guys know, this is an Australian Wagyu. It's got a marble rating of AA5, which is quite spectacular, and it's going to make an awesome add to the dry aging process. So typically what I would do during a normal trimming process would be to trim off some of this connective tissue on the back, but during the dry aging process you would typically lose 10 to 15%. So, and then you would trim at that time. So let's go ahead and save that trimming once we finish dry aging. But we're going to go ahead and trim this up a little bit. Okay, for the trimming there is a chain on this side right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. And this chain has got a lot of gristle and unused usable fat that we don't need. This also helps square off your steaks. And this is where a sharp knife comes in handy. So there you go. This can be used for making sausages and whatnot, so we'll save this. Okay, we've got bags from UMAi Dry Bag Steak. These are special bags that we're going to use for this dry aging process. These aren't your typical food saver bags, where food saver bags will typically not allow air in or out, whereas the bags from UMAi allow your meat to breathe. It allows the evaporation of moisture, but it does not allow bacteria to form on your meat. So let's go ahead and place our meat inside the bag. So what you want to do is get a good 2 inches lip on there, so when we dry, when we seal it, it doesn't have any moisture on it. Just place the meat inside like so. And what you're going to want to do is just work it to a corner of the bag, and we're going to place this inside our chamber sealer. I have a chamber vacuum sealer. You can use any food saver vacuum sealer that's out there that will just evacuate the air. Okay, I used my dry bag steak from UMAi and vacuum sealed my New York strip loin. We're going to go ahead and place this in the refrigerator for 28 days. That's the cool thing about the dry bag steak. You don't need to hang your meat or place it in any special refrigerator. Just your typical household refrigerator will do, as long as it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit or below. But let's go ahead and let this sit for 28 days, and at that time we'll break it out. The long wait is over. It's been 28 days. Let's go ahead and break the UMAi dry bag steak. It's adhered to it, so you really have to pull it off. Look at that. This could have gone a little bit longer. I've done 60-day dry ages, but this is a 28-day. We're going to go ahead and get to the next process, and that's trimming off some of the outer layer. Okay, during the dry aging process, what happens is the outer layer of your loin develops a thin, waxy layer, and we're going to want to remove that now. So I've got a sharp boning knife, and I'm just going to go ahead throughout the meat, just, you know, remove that waxy layer. Now just go as thin as possible, like right there. And you can save this for scraps. I'm going to go ahead and discard this. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera. Okay, I finished trimming off the waxy layer. Let's go ahead and slice us some steaks. I left the edge on the outside, so once I trim that thin layer off, you can see the dark mahogany colors of these steaks, and that's why we dry age. Let's go ahead and slice off that thin layer. Again, a good sharp knife would do that for you. Look at the dark mahogany color that you get in this steak. So this Wagyu is going to be fantastic. So let's go ahead and slice us some 1.5 to 2 inch thick steaks. Look at that. Chef Jacob Burton will be able to give us the more details of why you'd want to dry age your steaks, but as you can see here, these steaks look fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. We'll be doing videos on how to prepare these wonderful steaks. We're going to do sous vide, you know, toss them on the grill. You know, there's so many ways you can cook steaks. I want to thank Broadleaf for providing this Wagyu New York strip loin, and Chef Jacob Burton at Stella Culinary for doing this collaboration. Make sure you guys check both of them out, and make sure you come back and check out some phenomenal videos on how to prepare these gorgeous Wagyu steaks. This is Alan with the Grilling Network. We'll see you soon.